Hi, I'm David, or if you knew me before my transition, you're allowed to call me Kay. Now, being a writer, obviously there's always a little story, but I'm going to tell you a little story. About 10 years ago, I lost 30 kgs, I think. I don't know how many pounds that is, over almost 2 years, and it was awesome. I won't, deny it. It was very cool for a little while, and then while I was going, woohoo, look at me, I'm Brock, as you do when you lose quite a lot of weight, I looked back and I realised I hadn't taken any photos, because I hate cameras. I do not like people taking photos of me. And when you feel crap about your body, not just your size, but the shape of it, it's really hard to take photos. And I just remember how disappointed I was, because I could see the changes, I could see the growth, I could see if I'd only just swallowed my embarrassment and taken photos, I could have seen the changes as they happen, instead of sort of 2 photos from big to smaller. And so with this in mind, I decided, even though I still feel the same way about cameras, to document my transition. I'm relatively close to getting testosterone to bring on the medical transition for my life. I'm still not sure where I'm going or what I'm doing or how I'm going about it, but trusting the universe, or whatever powers that be that you want to use, that this is the right direction and what I need to know and do will happen at the right time. Quite frankly, I'm terrified. I don't really fit in with people. And I get that some of that is my own psychology. I tell myself that I can't fit in, and therefore I get awkward and I don't fit in because everyone else senses the awkwardness. And the social anxiety disorder. But I'm nervous mostly because I've only just managed to figure out how to live in the world as a non-girly girl, if you will, without being harassed, without getting people most of the time trying to tell me what to do with my body. It's been 2-3 years since the last person told me I should shave my moustache and my legs because I'd be so much prettier if I didn't have any hair. As you can tell, you might not be able to see, but I naturally grow a little bit of a mo and neck hair, which I don't like, but I don't know what the social consequences are going to be. Until recently, I didn't realize how strict our various societies are about gender. I'm technically sort of non-binary with male leanings, but about a year ago I came out as non-binary online, and the response wasn't hostile. I mean, I was really surprised. The people that I expected to walk away weren't, and the 1 or 2 people who did walk away, I totally didn't expect it. But the long-term difficulties are because socially and linguistically our species, at least in English, is male or female. There's no blurry bit in our worldview currently. I'm hoping that will change over the generations in the future, but I have to live in the world right now, not in the future. And it took me a year to figure out that embracing the binary part of my non-binary, if you will, might produce somewhat more positive results. I might finally be able to fit in. Although I'm very scared. It's kind of ridiculous, because I'm not, at my manliest, I'm not a manly man. I'm a librarian. I'm a linguist. I'm an intellect. I don't want to grow lots and lots of muscles. I don't want to do that dancing game that men bodybuilders do with their pecs. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to be able to walk through the world without people calling me she. I would have been happy if the world would be open enough to just call me they, because I'm, in the technical sense, they is actually a more accurate descriptor for me. But people are so funny, so controlling, so opinionated about other people's lives, and honestly, I'm too fucking old to fight. You know, when I changed my name when I was 21, it took 5, maybe 10 years for people to stop going, why should I use that name? It's not your real name. People were shitty enough about my actual, just changing my legal name from my birth name to a name that I preferred. Considering it's none of their bloody business, it was such a ridiculous thing. I remember thinking, this is stupid. This is really stupid. It's my life. And if you want to interact with me, why is it so hard to just change your language a little tiny bit? Which is why, because I'm too bloody old to fight that battle, I'm fighting too many other battles on too many fronts already. I don't need to be bothered with all that crap. I thought hopefully by embracing the binary part of my non-binary, I can at least find some peace, because I have never been the girl that anyone wanted me to be. I never really wanted to be a girl. I mean, you know, when you're in an environment where you don't particularly or always feel safe, because one side of my family was very homophobic, very strict and shitty about certain things, so I didn't feel safe with them. So when you don't feel safe, you're not going to yell at them and say, no, I'm a boy, fuck off. You're going to figure out how best to avoid being yelled at. And that's what I've done my entire life. And I'm sick of it. Why should my life have to be completely compromised? Why should I have to do the dance for everyone else's precious little feelings, and there's no room in the world for me and my needs? I don't necessarily want to stomp on other people for my own space, but I'm pretty sure there's enough space in the world for everyone. I just want my allotted space. And a part of that is to have people use the name that I prefer. I'll tell you what, I'd probably yell at someone nowadays if they call me my birth name. Whoa. Even though technically it was Kelly, and that's actually a gender neutral name these days, so it's actually ironic. But if someone used that name, I would be upset and angry at them and yell at them or walk away because of what that name means to me. But my legal name is starting to feel like that as well. Starting to hurt. Starting to hurt. It's like acid. Hurts. And I don't want to harm others. I mean, I'm terrified of my family and my loved ones getting shit because of my situation, of my transition. But it's honestly come to the point where it's do this or they'll go to my funeral. And I actually want to live, you know. I mean, I know that's weird to talk about or infer suicide and say that you want to live, but it's come down to that. It's that deep. And however much I don't want to harm other people, I don't want to have any negative impact on anyone where humanly possible, I can't ignore who I am anymore. And, you know, it's hard enough going through this sort of transition in this society when you're neurotypical. You know, when all of your mental health issues are around just your gender. But when you've got other diagnoses, I mean, just the PTSD and the panic disorder is making my life hell, my normal life hell, let alone in the face of the consequences of transition. But it's a wall in a rocky place. That was a bad analogy. Remembrance. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I have to either go forward with this and brave any and all possible responses and losses of friends and family. I'm pretty sure one side of my family, well, my extended family is just going to turn away. But it's either keep moving forward and take everything as it comes, or not be here in 5 years' time. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but I have to be here in 5 years' time, because that's about how long it's going to take me to finish my series. I'm only up to book 6, so, there's 12 books total. I've got to find some way of staying alive so I can finish my series. And I'm only half joking. I don't know what else I need to say other than, hello, me in the future. I hope you're happy. Because I'm scared out of my mind. But I'm going forward.